What's happening, fellas? It's Steeler here, back again with yet another video. Big shout out to all of you guys that supported my PlayStation 4 Pro rant video. A lot more upvotes and a lot less downvotes than I expected it to get. Some of you morons, even still, didn't understand that I was only trying to help you get the visuals out of PS Pro that I know the console's capable of bringing you. I don't know, for some reason you guys felt like damage controlling everything, even though in Sony's own dev documents they incentivized all developers to run shit at 1800p and checkerboard it up to 4K if they could. Obviously, Sony has some blame here. I mentioned dev laziness in the video, and if you haven't checked out the video, check it out. I'll link it down below. Also, copy of Master Chief Collection still up for grabs on Twitter at @dealer_gaming. Other huge giveaways coming in the next few weeks, like the Division for Xbox One, as well as entire back compact collections for Gears of War, so stay tuned once again at @dealer_gaming. I will link that down below. Now, on to some fuckery today, right? Now, it's not a great day for the Sony dudes, okay? We've got reports, everything from PS4 melting down, electrical failures, overheating, to what I believe is the only super legitimate report, display connectivity issues, and that's what I'm going to touch on. But would it benefit me to really rail this into the ground, to really go out there and say, hey, PS4 Pro is exploding, it's going to kill your kids? Sure. It would benefit me and my channel in every single way. People love an extravagant story, but am I going to do that? No. If PS4 Pro really did have some kind of meltdown, if it really did have some kind of electrical failure, I believe it's extremely isolated, right? I believe it's an extremely isolated case. I don't think it's going to explode and send shrapnel into your chest, and until I see this thing lighting people on fire, and I see them running out of their fucking house ablaze on the national news, I'm not going to tell you otherwise. So it is what it is, but there are real issues with display compatibility. People are plugging this thing into their TVs, and they're getting a black screen. Nothing's there. It's blank. It's a no-go, and I'm not really sure why. Now, my first thought would be the HDMI port. The OG PS4 did have massive HDMI port failures, but other than that, guys, try a new HDMI cord. That's the most I can think of right now. And it is an issue. If you're one of those dudes that's going to start damage controlling, you know, fuck, learn to read, dude. It's in the description. It is an issue. These complaints are awash on Twitter and social media. It's a thing, and it's really not a huge deal, or you'd be hearing about it more, but it does exist. It is real, and that's unfortunate. Now, to my knowledge, this process is supposed to be fairly automatic on the device's side of things. The PS4 Pro in this case would be that device. It would plug into your display and say, hey, this is a 1080p panel, it's a 1440p monitor, it's a 4K display, and it would output to one of those resolutions automatically, but for some reason it's not happening. And of course, if you have a 4K display, you should be able to get pretty much any resolution that PS4 Pro wants to output anyway. How do I know this? Because the 1% of the time I am gaming on my PC, 99% of the time I'm on my Xbox, but that 1% of the time I've taken the time to switch resolutions on my 4K display. I've got everything from 720p to 900 by 1600 to 1920 by 1080 to 1440p to full 4K. I can do all of that. So if you have a 4K display, it does do a 4K image. And I'm not really sure why this is an issue. I don't know what's going on. But we'll move right on that. Real quick, this is super light news, but I feel like it's worth touching on only because my last video pretty much says the exact same shit. A Doom developer has pretty much come out and said, Xbox Scorpio, do not waste your fucking power on 4K, put it into features like graphics. And 100% agree. I've been preaching this for months. Do not put it into resolution you may or may not be able to see, depending on your display, the size of your display, and how far you are away from that display. Put it into ambient occlusion, HBOO, texture filtering, God rays. You know, these things are going to blow your fucking minds. Not resolution you may or may not be able to see at the same settings as your base PS4 games. And if you want to know more about that, check out my PS4 Pro rant. Like I said, I will link that down below. But anyways, if you like this kind of shit, subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'm out, fellas. Thanks for all the support.